Hello, everyone, and welcome to the English Briefing, the podcast for intermediate and advanced English learners. I'm Melody.
And I'm Avery. Thanks for joining us. Today, we're tackling a topic that can be tricky for everyone, not just language learners: small talk at work.
Exactly. Those little conversations before a meeting, in the hallway, or during lunch. They seem minor, but they're so important for building good relationships with your colleagues.
Right. It makes the workplace feel more friendly and collaborative. So in this episode, we're going to give you some natural, easy-to-use phrases for 3 common situations.
So let's get started. Our first scenario is one we all know: waiting for a meeting to start. You're in the room, a few colleagues are there, and there's that slightly awkward silence.
Yeah, that's silence. So what's a good way to break it? A great place to start is just with a simple general question about their day. You can say something like, "How's your day going?" Or "Having a busy week?"
Those are perfect. They're friendly, not too personal, and invite a short, easy answer. Most people will say something like, "Pretty good, you?" Or, "Yeah, it's been nonstop. How about you?"
Another safe and popular topic is the weekend, especially on a Monday or Friday. On a Monday, you can ask, "Did you have a good weekend?" Or "Do anything fun over the weekend?"
Right, and on a Friday, you can ask, "Have any exciting plans for the weekend?" It shows you're interested in them as a person, not just a coworker.
Totally. And remember to share a little bit about yourself, too. If they ask, "How about you?" don't just say, "Good." You could say, "It was really relaxing. I caught up on some reading. It was nice."
That's a great point. It keeps the conversation going. The key is to keep it brief and positive. You don't want to start a long, complicated story right before a meeting.
Okay, let's move on to our second scenario, the hallway chat. This is when you pass a colleague in the hallway, or maybe you're both waiting for the elevator. These interactions are super short.
Very short, so you don't want to ask a deep question. A simple, "Hey, how's it going?" or "Morning, how are you?" is perfect.
And the expected answer is usually short too. "Good, you?" Or "I'm doing well, thanks." You're not actually expected to give a detailed report on your life. It's more of a friendly acknowledgement.
Another great technique for these quick chats is to comment on a shared experience. For example, the weather. It sounds cliche, but it works. Crazy weather we're having, isn't it?
Yes, or even something about the office itself. "Wow, it's freezing in here today." Or "The coffee machine is finally working again." It creates an instant, easy connection.
That's a good one. You could also give a simple professional compliment. Something like, "Hey, I like your new haircut," or "That's a cool laptop bag."
Yeah, just make sure to keep compliments focused on things like their work, their accessories, or something they chose, rather than their appearance. It's generally safer and more professional.
Good advice. Okay, so that brings us to our third and final scenario, the lunchroom or break room. Here you have a bit more time, so the conversation can be a little longer.
Right. A classic and easy opener is to talk about food. If you see a colleague with their lunch, you can say, "Oh, that looks delicious. What is it?"
Yes, people often enjoy talking about food. You could also ask, "Did you make that yourself?" Or, "Did you try that new cafe down the street?"
Since you have more time, you can also bring up topics like hobbies or entertainment. For example, "Did you catch the game last night?" Or, "I just started watching that new show on Netflix. Have you seen it?"
These are great because they help you find common interests with your coworkers. And the most important thing is to listen to their answer and ask a follow-up question.
That's the key. Active listening. If they say they saw a movie, ask, "Oh, what did you think of it?" Show that you're genuinely interested in their response.
Exactly. And what about when it's time to leave? It can be awkward to end a conversation.
That's true. A simple and polite way to exit is to say something like, "Well, it was great chatting with you. I should probably get back to it." Or simply, "Enjoy the rest of your lunch."
Perfect. It's clear, friendly, and ends the conversation on a positive note. So let's do a quick recap of the main tips.
All right, first, keep it simple and light. Small talk is not the time for deep, controversial topics. Stick to safe subjects like weekends, weather, hobbies, or food.
Second, ask questions. It shows you're interested in the other person. And try to ask open-ended questions that require more than a yes or no answer.
Third, listen and ask follow-up questions. This turns a simple exchange into a real conversation. And fourth, don't be afraid to share a little about yourself. It helps build a connection.
And my final tip is to just practice. It might feel awkward at first, but the more you do it, the more natural it will become. Don't worry about being perfect. Just being friendly is what counts.
That's the best advice. Our challenge for you this week is to try using one of these phrases at work. See how it goes.
That's all the time we have for today. Thanks so much for listening to the English Briefing. If you enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe to receive more content like this.
Happy chatting, and we'll see you next time.
Bye for now.